Hello everyone, welcome to our weekly videos. Today I would like to do something that's called barre, B-A-R-R-E. It's a part of the ballet training, and some of what we're gonna do comes from my personal experience when I was training ballet, but some of it is just my own ideas and my own little secrets that I'm gonna give to you guys, my own tips on how to stay strong, how not to overdo it, but definitely how to keep it going according to your body. And absolutely, it's essential. Whatever you do, you really have to tailor all of the exercises to your body, to the way you feel, to the way you move. So, to begin with, let's stand up. We're gonna stand up tall. We're gonna try to align ourselves as we usually do. Your feet, your knees, your hip bones, shoulders, and your rib cages are gonna be right on top of your hips. So the head, especially for those of you who work with computers or work with little children, try, you guys, to have your head really being on top of your spine. Having it forward is really not good for many reasons. So the weight of the head is going to help you if you place it right on top of your spine. And just to begin with, I would like to warm up the feet. I approach the human feet just like I approach human hands. They are flexible and pliable, and they're capable of grabbing things and doing things. We just don't allow them to be what they meant to be, really. So now is the time of the year in our northern hemisphere when it's really cold. So we encase our feet in all kinds of shoes that probably do not make our feet happy. So let's try to make our feet a little more alive at the moment. We're gonna bend the toes and release your foot down. And we're gonna do the same thing with the other one. So just shifting the weight a little bit more forward, opening up the space between the ball of your foot and the rest of the toes is gonna provide a little stretch that your foot doesn't usually get when it's encased in a boot or pretty shoes or things like that. And one more time. As you guys do it, just make sure your knee is bending directly over your toes, and your ankle, very important point, does not go side to side. Ankles should be trained to be straight. This way, we're gonna minimize the possibilities of twists. Those of you who have history of weak ankles or twisted ankles or things like that, I would suggest do this kind of exercise. Circle your ankles every day. The ankle circle is stretches and strengthens the muscles and the ligaments that hold the ankle and the foot together. So that's important. But back to our feet. So bend, down, bend, down, bend, down, bend, down. I'm going to turn in a profile to you so you guys can see. I'm really not moving my torso. I'm just bending the knee. I'm just bending the knee. Bending the knee, so the head, as you can tell, stays right in line with the spine. Yeah. Now I'm gonna use two of my feet at the same time, getting myself in a rally go up and down. So I'm gonna try to have my torso just going up and down, and up and down. Again, training your feet to become a little bit stronger. Definitely training your calves in this exercise to become a lot stronger is very useful for walking through whatever we have to walk through in the future, sleet or snow. And even for the hiking or walking or just doing things, makes you feel really good to have your feet alive. And now, I would like you guys to shift your weight on one leg and extend the other one forward. So we're gonna flex and we're gonna point. The point of your foot is just really the stretch of the ankle. Don't worry about the toes. If you want to, you can, of course, make them pointy, but you don't have to. And then we're gonna slide your foot back down. And we're gonna extend the other one, and we're gonna flex, and point, and flex, and point. Try to get a little bit taller as you're standing, and point, and slide the foot down. Now, let me have you guys turn your feet out, but it's not only the feet. We're gonna try to imagine that right here in your upper thighs, muscles wrapping around your bones. And that's gonna create a little bit of a turnout in your hips. All we need is just a little bit. We don't need a lot. We definitely don't wanna hurt ourselves there, so just be mindful of how it feels to you. And we're gonna have your arms just down, hanging out. But your torso got to be really tall. Remember, the front and the back work together. The front muscles support your spine. So get as tall as you want to, as tall as you can. Try to plant your feet down into the floor like you're about to jump and lengthen up your spine. So you're gonna go bending your knees and press your feet down. And bend, and press, and bend, and press. So what are you pressing? You're actually pressing the heels and press. As you guys pressing the heels, try to establish connection between the heel of your foot all the way up towards the hamstring and the part of your hamstring that inserts in the hip girdle right underneath the glute. Breathe in, exhale, pressing, lengthening. So make sure that your lower back is not flattening. Make sure you're not doing things like that, okay? Breathing in, exhale. Breathe in, exhale. Let's do 2 more. Try to have your torso open and make sure you're breathing. And now, this time around, I would like you to separate your legs pretty wide. Let's separate them wider than your hip bones. And we're going to end up in a second position, second ballet position. And now, all we're going to do is, again, keep your torso with your shoulders on top of the hips. And we're going to go bend the knees. And exhale, straighten the legs. Try to lengthen a little bit right here in the hip bones and in the hip flexors. Try definitely to send your torso all the way up. Exhale. So we're going to do 4 of those. And as you exhale, stretching the legs, lengthening yourselves up, try again to feel those muscles kind of wrapping around your upper thighs, pulling you upwards. Exhale. And why don't we add the arms, just for fun. Exhale. Now we're going to hold it and hold it. Make sure your head is on top of the spine and press up. And again, hold it. Hold it. Hold it and press up. And 2 more. Hold it. Knees out if you can. And press up. And the very last one goes. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. And press up, feeling it in the glute. Yeah, pretty good. And walk your feet back. And again, we're going to have your heels together, toes apart. So try to align your knees with your toes. Try again to wrap your muscles around the bones right here. And your hand's going to be on your hips right now. So we're going to lift you up and down. And lift you up and down. And lift you up and down. Gonna do it 6 times. So let's do 2 more. Up. The trick is definitely to have your hips and your shoulders in one rectangle. I don't know why they call it square, because square it is not. And bringing your feet in parallel, bringing your legs in parallel. Now, I would like you guys to practice a thing that's called tendu in ballet. And right now we're going to do it from parallel position, which is not really ballet-like, but hey, who cares? We're going to try to imagine that we can lengthen our own leg. So we're standing on both feet to begin with your feet underneath your hip bones, really, really tall, really tall, like goes all the way through. We always stand tall. Let's place your hands on your hips, shifting your weight seamlessly on one side. and extend the leg and slide it back. Extend. So try to make it really long as it extends. And you know what? The hip bones, we don't want to do anything like that with them. We're just gonna keep them quiet. And we're gonna do one more. And then we're gonna switch and do the other side. And we're extending. So just make sure that your torso is wide and tall. Now, let's turn out, wrap out, I should say. And here we're gonna go like that. We're gonna keep your hands still on your hips. We're gonna extend and reach from the inner thighs. This is kind of a different concept. You guys want to imagine that you're wrapping those muscles around. And this part of your leg, the inner thigh, which is really underworked for lots of us, is leading the leg forward. So you're presenting your heel to the audience or whoever is watching you and getting your heel back. And forward and back. Also, try to maintain the contact with the floor, your foot with the floor, for as long as you can before you let your heel go. So this way you also try to lengthen your own leg a little bit more. And we're going to do the same thing for the leg going to the side. Trying to feel it in the inner thigh, try to extend the leg from the hip. And extend. So the side is kind of a relative term, right? It's not straight to the side. It's a little bit forward. And that's what I meant when I said work with your own body. Because for every human, there's a little bit forward, maybe like very, very little, but different. So just try kind of to figure out what feels good for your body and don't do things that don't feel good. And I would like to do the other leg because we don't want to be lopsided ever. And we extend and we slide it back. Extend and slide it back. Extend and slide it back. Extend, slide it back. I think it's enough for this leg. Now let's send it to the side, really lengthening. And slide it back. Extend, slide it back. Extend, slide it back. And slide it back. Now, the fun part coming our way. Going to the back. And we're going to start turn out. Again, wrapped out. Yeah? Keep in mind that your lower back has to be curving. Maintain your natural lower back curve. And how far the leg is going to go back. As far as it goes. You really want to feel it as a stretch right from here, from your upper butt, really. And slide it back. So I do maintain the contact of the floor with my big toe. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me place myself like that. And keep extending. And let's do the other leg. So we're going to go on the other side now. Same way, try to keep yourself tall. Shifting the weight, but lengthening it at the same time. And again, switching. Extend. Extend. Let's do 2 and 2 this time. It's a little bit more challenging to shift the weight right away. And again, 2 and 2 we're going to do. Try to feel your back really strong right here in your ribs, in your lats. And let's do 1. And 1. And 1. And 1. And we're pretty much done with that. So that was a little bit of an introduction to ballet barre. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope your legs feel longer now. I hope you feel taller and ready to rumble wherever you are. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time. Bye.